Welcome to the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon podcast. Today we have a special guest with us. So a bit about the podcast. And this is one of the first few episodes. So in episode 1, we had Sharon Tan from Iconic Co-working Space, and we talked a lot about entrepreneurship and sales. And this podcast is about sharing stories from business leaders in Asia. And during my conversation with Sharon, she mentioned, okay, you also should talk to someone. And then that someone, and if you go back and listen to that recording of that podcast, you will find this person mentioned at the end of the podcast, the first name that came to her mind. So starting off today, we have Ciinndey Wong here with us. And Ciinndey Wong is the founder of Ladang Sari International Sdn.Bhd, which carries the award-winning brand, Rhymba Hills Tea. And we'll get a little bit into it. So I have my tea here, and then I have the actual tea with me as well.
Yes.
So happy to have the founder here with me. So just a bit before I get the guest to speak. So a bit about, Rhymba Hills Tea is award-winning tea, right? So it has won the AVPA Paris Gourmet Award in 2021. And it's a natural tea with no caffeine. And personal experience, I really enjoyed it. So they have natural ingredients, all sourced from Malaysia, 100% natural. And also they have blends of lemongrass. This one that I picked has ginger, pandan, Bentong Ginger, Pandan, and many other choices that I think our guest will share with us later. So Ciinndey Wong is here with us. So welcome to the podcast, Ciinndey Wong.
Thank you. Thanks, Bob. Much thanks to Sharon of Iconic for reconnecting us. Bob and I actually met many years before the MCO. So thank you, Sharon, for reconnecting us, and also very, very glad to be part of this platform. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Great. It's like, wow, such a deep, meaningful name for the podcast. So looking forward to it.
Yes. So it's for the audience, the name of the podcast is not a name of a movie. It's actually a real Chinese proverb. Okay, that means if you watch a kung fu movie and always the farmer has been 40 years, like the farmer suddenly, and then the soldiers attack the farmer, and then suddenly he is a grand kung fu master, right? So that is the typical Asian story. So I always start my podcast with this. So Ciinndey, what is your favorite kung fu movie?
I actually quite like Ip Man, the Ip Man series.
Ip Man. Ip Man series. So starring
Yes.
Donnie Yen, and that is quite a recent one.
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3 also you like
Yes, I like, because I just find him to be so calm, and of course there's meaning towards in the movie. The storyline is very deep, very meaningful.
That is one of my favorites as well. Especially I love Ip Man 1, where he went to Hong Kong. So I love that Ip Man series. So just for the audience, check out Ip Man. It's spelled IP Man. So check it out. The Donnie Yen is the star, and amazing movie, and it has been part of so there's not been a lot of kung fu movies recently, but this one has taken center stage in the recent years.
Correct.
Okay, so Ciinndey here with us. So before I get started, right? So I'm so excited because I got the tea here with me. All right. So I just want to ask you a question. So references as well. So I'll put in the references. So doing research on for you on today's show. So for the listeners, if you want to check out the other interviews that Ciinndey has been on, number one, you can check out Sharon Tan's interview with her on YouTube. Sharon Tan's Tea, I think, on Entrepreneur Tea or something with Ciinndey herself. And then you can also search for Ciinndey on F4 Radio, where she did interview with Joanne Kam, which I won't go into the same questions or the same topics, but just a quick introduction, quick overview. How did you get into the business of tea?
How I got into it is because due to selfish reasons, because I actually cannot consume caffeine. So my caffeine curfew is until like 10 a.m. So after that, I cannot take caffeine. I take caffeine, I cannot sleep. So if I want to drink coffee, if I want to drink Chinese tea, it's maximum 10 a.m. So, but the thing is, when you actually go to cafes with friends in the afternoon or evening or night, there's actually nothing for me to drink. It's like, let's say want something caffeine free, it's always either chamomile or peppermint, and I'm actually very bored of that. So then it's either that or the juice or just water. So I was thinking, that is one of the reasons, but the biggest reason is due to my own health crisis that I had before I actually started the brand, because in my previous life, so-called previous life, my work actually was actually very stressful. I became an emotional eater. So I actually put on a lot of weight and I had a lot of health issue. So in order to actually solve this health issue, I was actually looking for a solution, and I came across herbal infusion, which is like lemongrass and then pandan and then ginger. So at the time I just consumed lemongrass and Misai Kucing. So of course I also changed my lifestyle, because then my lifestyle was actually a lot of fast food, a lot of satay, char kway teow, roti canai, everything. So I actually changed my lifestyle. I actually cut off all those, started exercising and consuming all this lemongrass. So within 9 months, I actually lost 18 kg. When I really lost the weight, I'm like thinking, how come this isn't available commercially? I mean, good quality Malaysian infusion like lemongrass, ginger, Misai Kucing, because the ones that are sold is normally at the kiosk or morning market or whatever. It's like you'll be like thinking, can I trust the quality? So that's how I actually just went to it, because I also during one of the networking sessions, I actually got connected to someone who's actually selling the infusion. But they're actually selling their own brand. So I was like thinking, I think I want to actually look into it, because I actually enjoyed the health benefits of it. So why not actually commercialize it so that more people will actually be able to enjoy. And I believe that Malaysia, we have such abundance of lemongrass, ginger, pandan. It's like, why aren't we enjoying our own homegrown ingredients? Why are we drinking imported ones? So just to share, Bob, a lot of people think that all teas are the same. Technically, this actually is actually not tea, it's actually infusion. But in Malaysia, we call it tea. It's because if I call it infusion, people are like, huh, what is that? So infusion, it actually means that it's a beverage that has no tea leaves. So all of our products has no tea leaves. So like your Chinese tea, like your oolong, like your green tea and all, they actually contain tea leaves. That's why they have caffeine. So like, for example, when I go for functions, especially wedding dinner at night, they will serve Chinese tea, right? Normally Chinese tea, your wine or your water. So I always tell the waiter, waitress, I want water, I don't want Chinese tea. Yeah. So so long story short, how I started is because it's for me. I want something without caffeine, and I want more people to actually enjoy beverage made of Malaysian infusion or ingredients.
Awesome, awesome. And as I'm enjoying the tea right now, I have this with me. So
Yours
I
is
look
green,
forward
mine
to,
is orange.
yeah, look forward to try the rest. So
Sure, sure.
first question, how do you come up with the name? Like Rhymba Hills, is it a place?
Okay. Yeah. Because I actually want to put Malaysia on the gastronomy map. So I actually want it to be a Malaysian sounding brand. But it cannot be so Malaysian until people can pronounce it globally. So I know that I wanted the word hills in there, but the front I was trying to actually think of a word. Then I was thinking, okay, maybe Rimba, Rimba. In Malay it sounds forest. So it was actually a play of words where I take out the I and I replace with HY. So it's actually RHYMBA, Rhymba Hills. So a lot of people actually ask, does this hill exist? There's actually no such hill. It's actually a brand I created. Yeah.
I'm just curious. I'm going to go. I actually know a place called Rhymba Hills, but it's not related, right?
Yes, the one is actually a property company. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we have actually trademark our brand in 4 different countries.
Awesome. Oh yeah. So what countries are you in right now?
We have trademark in Malaysia, Hong Kong, China, and US.
Trademark
4
Malaysia.
countries.
And is the tea in all these countries?
All these countries through the cross-border e-commerce, so customers can actually buy online. But in terms of retail, we are physically currently only present in Malaysia.
Awesome. Yeah. And then, okay, so I love the backstories because of health and we cannot have caffeine. And true story, I live at the hub SS2. Okay, so it's a place with a lot of cafes. Like downstairs, I have a cafe and really there are no options. There are either coffee, and then like chamomile chocolate. So I love that backstory, and also for health reasons, it's infusion. And so also loving the ingredients. So when I got this, I was a bit concerned about the ginger. I was like, sometimes you try a ginger tea, it's very gingery. So my question is like, how do you come up with the combination? So it's like serai, ginger, pandan, lemongrass. Also, that is very interesting to me.
Yeah.
How do you come up with these combinations?
I come up with the blends that I like. So
Oh,
I like ginger.
okay.
So the beverage must have ginger. And I like lemongrass and pandan. So that is one blend. Then I also like lemongrass and pandan without ginger. So that's another blend. Then I also like lemongrass and ginger without pandan, another blend. So basically all the blends that you see in the market are all due to the blends that I enjoy and I like. So apart from that, it's actually how I come up with the blends is I actually when those days before MCO I travel a lot. So I will when I actually go to another country, I will pick up infusions from the supermarket and I'll try, and if I like it, I will try to R&D so that use only local ingredients. Yeah, because all our ingredients we actually don't want to use any imported ones.
Awesome. Yeah, lemongrass, I believe here less we drink lemongrass, probably very popular in Thailand. So my question to you is Halia Bentong, you especially call it not ginger only. You call it
Yes.
Bentong Ginger. Is that
Yes.
something specific? You've been
Yes.
to Bentong and
Can
then
you believe it, Bob, that Bentong Ginger is trademark?
is you trademark it or who trademark it?
Someone, I think that the people in Bentong, they trademark it because they're so proud it comes from there. It's actually trademark.
Oh, I learned something new today.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
maybe
also didn't know
I
until
should interview
I one
the
time was
person
like
with
thinking
their
maybe I
trademark.
can, trademark it or something. Then I found out, oh, they trademark. Okay, good lah. So at least, can proudly say that, that is already a trademark lah. Yeah. So yes, we only use Bentong ginger because that's the best ginger in Malaysia. What's the difference is Bentong ginger is actually more spicy and also it contains more nutrition lah, compared to the normal ginger. And just to share, how we actually ensure quality is we get the ginger direct from the farmers. So from that, we actually know that is the pure one. So we get it from the farmer, we actually process it, meaning washing it, cutting it, and then after that, drying it. Then after that, we actually blend into our own ingredients. So in our tea bag, when you actually tear open the sachet, you will actually see all the ingredients in that, pure ingredients. There's no coloring, there's no flavoring, there's no actually any other additives. So
yes, I
yeah.
can testify to that because
Yeah.
I have one today already. So so I have a few. So yeah, it is really the ingredients in there and it tastes very nice. Yeah, so you can see the tea bag. Yeah, it is just ingredients
yes.
inside there.
Yeah. Yeah, this is mine.
Yeah, so I got mine actually at Jaya Grocer. So that's one of the easiest
I
way to
see.
access this. So I assume you are in all the
Yeah, Giant Grocer, Village Grocer, Big, and the other one since you're in SS2, but the other one in the near area will be there's a organic shop in SS2, the Natural Marketplace.
the what national
The
market?
Natural Marketplace. It's
Oh,
the same building as Babyland. If you notice, there's a huge block of commercial.
it's in the SS2
SS2 itself, yeah. SS2 hub itself. The
hub.
whole square. I mean the whole square, SS2 square.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the next time when you go over, you will notice one big block called Babyland lah. Then it's there lah.
Oh,
Downstairs. It's an organic shop. Yeah.
I see. Interesting. So, my next question is more on entrepreneurship. So, being a successful brand out there, and also I really want to promote this because I go through the shelf and I look at all the other teas. I look at all the other coffees, and none can say Bottom Malaysia. Very rare lah, very rare, very rare that can. So like if I'm starting out as an entrepreneur and I have a product and I want to sell it like you, and I want to be in all the malls. I don't think it's easy. So like, how do you go about it?
Bob, someone just asked me that question on Saturday. So my answer is you need to have very thick skin. What do I mean by that is you just have to keep on hounding and stalking the person until the person just say, okay, what do you want from me? Yeah, but jokes aside, it's really that it's a lot of follow-up because I don't actually come from F&B background. I don't have any connections. It's really just cold calling and then following up for 6 months, for 12 months. Yeah. And then because I really believe in the product, I believe that people will actually there are people who are actually looking for such product. So I know that I'm actually doing all these people service by actually putting our products in all the different outlets. Yes, we actually have the online, our Shopee, our Lazada website, but somehow the retail experience is just different. People, when they go grocery shopping, they like to actually pick up the teas. Yeah. So the online is actually more for people who are outskirts. Yeah.
Yes, it is a follow-up because I know from experience, I have another friend, close friend, who had also a tea product that was imported from the UK. And it's like, okay, so just to give more context on what Ciinndey just said, if you want to enter, let's say Tesco, or let's say any retail grocery out there, there's one person who is like the procurement. So
Yeah,
I'm from an advertising background. I used to do a lot of POSMs, okay, point of
okay.
sale materials.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so you need to deal with this person who is the person in charge, or either account manager or procurement
Yes.
person.
Yes.
And
Correct.
what Ciinndey just said, you need to hound them and be persistent. Is that person needs to eventually say, okay, I want to put your products on the shelf and open an account for you.
Yes.
in the once you have an account, then you can put in your products,
Yeah.
whatever.
But
So,
bear in mind, it's actually 2 steps.
mm,
First is actually letting the person know that you exist, meaning the procurement, or they call it the buyer. Next is to actually get the appointment. So, and then after that, to let the person know you exist is already one step of, keep on hounding. Then to get an appointment is another process of hounding. Then you get an appointment, as usual, people will say, I'll get back to you, right? I mean, you're in the business, you know about, I'll get back to you. So it's the getting back to you. It's like, when is this person getting back to me? So a lot of hounding. So if anyone wants to get to market, I would say really, really, you have to be prepared for the process. If you don't
yes.
have the patience, you don't have the determination, then maybe supermarket industry is not for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
really.
if you ask me whether is it worthwhile, to me, yes, because it's really, really very good for branding, but it's a lot of work. Getting into supermarket is one step, but the real game actually starts when your products are on the shelf. Because you must remember, when your products are on the shelf, you're just one of the many thousands of products on the shelf. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I really get what you mean, because it is a process. So for the listeners, it is a process and not a transparent process. Get your
Yes.
mind. It's a very human, and you don't have things to follow up. There's no reference number, no appointment setter, no. Nothing. Email, I don't think so. So you really have to go and sit there, and yeah,
Yeah, and have
it's
a very
unfortunate.
thick skin.
And very thick skin. Like I told you my friend's story. She was in
Yeah.
all the grocers, and the only one she was not in was Jaya grocer. So at that time, so couldn't get in. So but others follow up, and yeah,
Yes.
it is not transparent, and also a lot of thick skin involved. So like you
Yes.
said, interesting. You brought out a point. The real work starts when you are on the shelf.
Yes.
And I've worked with retailers before, and I know the shelf space is very important and things like that. So I also today actually I went when a few days ago I went to pick up some stuff. I also took notes of the shelf, and when I went to pick up your tea also, I also noticed, okay, how can I find it in the shelf? So what is the type of marketing do you do, or how do you make sure you stand out?
It's always 2 kinds of marketing, the online and offline. So we need to
Mm-hmm.
do sampling. And then online, as we know, the social media algorithm has changed so much. It's like no matter how much you actually spend, you actually wouldn't actually know whether all of your target market customers are able to see your product. So back to the good old days of sampling, someone standing there passing out the tea to the person, say, would you like to try? Then today, would you like to get a box? It's that it's back to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds simple, but it's not at all.
It's not.
Yeah. Even like if you go to a grocer, Jaya grocer, for example, there's so many teas. There
Yes.
are other brands, and you really need to stand out, and yeah, with the packaging and everything,
Yes.
and it is really
Bob, can you imagine our products has been in this market for more than 5 years? And I have friends who have actually, new friends who have actually been to this market, and I'll say, oh, our products are there. whichever outlet you're there. Then they said, really, I haven't seen it before, and they've been going there for many years. So it's like it's it's like that lah. People actually need to know that you exist, then they only see you. Yeah.
Yeah. So in online channels, you mean social media, like all your Facebook and etc. You
Facebook, Insta, now it's TikTok and LinkedIn lah. Yeah.
LinkedIn. Okay, interesting. Interesting.
But LinkedIn is more of a very business approach of the post. Yeah. Business meaning my own journey and reflection. Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned online plays a role as well. So would you say online is also a big portion, or how is the portion when it comes to online for your business?
Well, sales is still very much offline. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's why we actually want to do more of online. How we do it is actually we do more of collaborations with partners who actually have the same target market as us.
So mostly collaborations with, let's say you are a tea, you collaborate with another brand.
Yeah, correct. We collaborate maybe with the wellness center, with the spas, with gyms, or with the healthy food. Yeah, we collaborate with the brands.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. If I were just a fun fact, I was part of a spa chain many years
Oh,
ago. Before even
oh,
we met, many years ago, I was part of this spa chain called Thai Odyssey. And we used to have 80 outlets, and probably you have worked with me if that time you were doing this
yes,
stuff.
correct.
The teas are quite similar. The teas are quite
Yes,
similar. We
yes,
also
yes.
drink
Correct,
lemongrass.
correct. Yeah.
So that's why I have a bit of background there. So online collaborations.
Yes.
Yes, because I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, and I have a lot of entrepreneurs, and they sometimes they have new products, and because of this barriers to go into the retail, they always go online first. That's default. So if they sell things Shopee or even Astro, even Astro online shop, they will sell Astro online shop before they say, okay, then it's now better. Then we will try the
Yeah.
the retail. Unfortunately,
Correct.
it's this way. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Retail, if you were to actually ask me, retail as in having my own shop, our own shop, no. But we actually want to partner with retailers. Yeah, because we find that we can actually leverage on their strength. And also by partnering with retailers, we can actually cover more areas. Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this year, our plan is to actually expand out of Klang Valley, because now currently for the past 9 years, we have very much predominantly in Klang Valley. So that now it's time to move out. Too long in Klang Valley really.
Yeah. It's a great product, and I hope more people will know about it.
Yeah,
Any
correct.
plans expansion outside of in new countries?
Always looking at it, but
Mm,
most importantly, when it comes to partnering with overseas distributors, is always getting like-minded partners. Because what we focus on is quality products. So if the partner is actually just looking at bottom line, I don't think it will work for us. Because partners' values and alignment must be the same, or else it won't work out at the end.
I understand that one of your values is wellness and health.
Yes.
Yes, so you need to find a partner. Let's say you expand to a new country, that not just the profit, but they're also
Right.
very keen when it comes to wellness and health.
And
So
also, we are very much into impact to the community. So not just profit, but also give back to the community.
in what ways do you give back to the community?
Like for example, for every box that we sell, part of the proceed we actually channel to educational NGO in Sentul. Yeah, because we always believe that we make we actually derive our revenue from the community. We should also give back to the community lah. And this is something that I hope through your platform and also all the platforms that we are on, to inspire other entrepreneurs to also do the same. Because sometimes entrepreneurs, I would think that they didn't think about the thought, but when someone share, they're like, oh, okay, why not? Let's do something about it. Like how some people, they actually go viral on social media by doing good, meaning paying it forward. So some people, if you actually think it negatively, they would think you're trying to show off. But if you actually think it positively, it's more like inspiring people. Why not pay it forward, help someone in need, things like that. Yeah.
Yes, it is a good cause. Nowadays we always talk about ESG, all the
Yes,
current keywords.
yes,
So I would love for more brands to actually contribute or give back to, like you said, contribute back to society.
correct.
So I know that your different variants have different health benefits. Am I right?
Mm.
So this green one is what are the supposedly health benefits for this one?
So the one that you are drinking is actually to help with the blood circulation. Why? Because of the Bentong Ginger.
Ah,
Whereas this one, the one that I'm drinking, is actually the orange one is actually more to remove wind from the stomach.
remove what?
Wind from the stomach.
Vein. Oh, okay. So
Because
personal question. I
uh,
have digestion issues. I have
ah
gut issues.
okay.
So like which one would you recommend? Which
When
color?
you say gut issue, meaning bowel movement, or you have difficulty digesting,
Difficulty digesting.
then the one you're drinking is good.
Oh yes. That's why I was like, yes,
Yeah,
this one
anything with
is.
ginger is good, like, actually. Wow.
Yes. Yeah, I love this, and later I will have it with my food as well. So loving this, and yeah, so I really appreciate this product. Yeah, so that concludes the first part. Anything else you'd like to share when it comes to your tea?
Yes, two things. Thanks for
Mm.
asking. Two things. First is our tea bag is actually unbleached, made of paper. A lot of tea bags out in the market is actually
Oh
bleached.
yes, I know it's made out of plastic, and a
Yeah,
lot of people don't know this. It is made
exactly.
out of plastic.
Yeah, especially the pyramid ones. So yes, it looks very nice, but it's made of plastic. So when you add hot water, yeah, it's actually drinking plastic. So a lot of people do not know. And
Yes.
unfortunately, a lot of cafes, they know, but they don't care because they just want their drinks to look aesthetic. So
Yes,
this is where I
I'm drinking
actually
from
help to,
glass.
yeah, good. Help to create the awareness that, choose wisely lah. Yeah.
Yeah, we consume a lot of plastic, and I became aware of this. Like even when I buy bottles, I will buy things that are plastic. I'm
Yes.
not sure 100% or not. Like I just buy the plastic free,
Yeah.
EPA free, whatever it is.
Yes,
And
yes.
secondly, you were saying the second point.
Oh, the second point is what lah? We actually, the tea bags that we actually use unbleached paper tea bags, because a lot of tea bags in the market are actually bleached to make it look white and nice. So when it's bleached, you're also drinking the chlorine.
So now I really see why you need to find a partner with the same vision. So for a
Exactly.
typical business, they would go for, okay, let's just use plastic tea bag. Nobody knows anyway.
Yeah,
Let's just use
exactly.
the bleach tea bags. We reduce the cost, we increase the profit margin, and that is the goal of the business. So I
Yes.
really appreciate what you have done here, because it
Thank you.
is
Thank you.
a product that you would consume yourself. That's why I think it is
Yes.
really a good product here in the market.
Yes.
So shout out as well. So Watan Malaysia and halal certified, right? So
Yes.
halal certified.
Yes.
So for
And also what
Malaysians,
we got the award from Paris 2 years ago. Yeah.
yes, I mentioned in the beginning, right? So that one, that
Yes.
award. So like that award, yes. So AVPA Paris Gourmet Award.
Yes.
Do check it out and get this from any nearby. All grocers, I believe, would have it, and some organic shops as well.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so moving on to the second part. So thanks, Ciinndey, for that first part of the interview. Second part, we will talk about what is exciting to you. So I know you are a big fan of wellness, and
Yes.
this is where we jam a bit and see what is exciting to you. So, like in the wellness space, besides this business, what else are you excited about nowadays?
In the wellness space, I actually my personal mission is to actually get people around me to look at wellness as a lifestyle and not a trend. What I mean by that is to cut down on alcohol, cut down on meat, because a lot of people around me are still very much into that. So when I actually go out with them or go for functions, I don't take alcohol lah. So when they ask why, I'll tell. Then I'm just trying to influence them in my own way lah. Why? It's because as we age, we need to take care of our body lah, because our body is the only engine that we have, and it's non-replaceable. So and then our body is the one that really help us to get through a lot of things. So my sharing or my purpose is to let people know, please take care of yourself lah. Exercise, drink water, don't take soft drinks, or the soda. Yeah, take a lot of fruits and vegetable.
Yeah, that is quite true. Especially in business, alcohol, or even in social life. You go out at night, they will not ask you to come and have infused tea. So
Yeah, exactly.
they will not ask you to have infused tea. So they will ask you to. It's basically alcohol. No one will drink water, and
Correct.
and it is something unfortunate. But why not so much meat though?
Meat, because two reasons. One is due to ESG, and one is because actually meat, if you actually do not look from the nutrition perspective, the protein perspective, our body actually has to use a lot of energy to actually digest meat. So when someone is actually ill, they actually advise not to consume meat. They're actually advised to become vegetarian so that they can actually break down the nutrients more easily from the food. And how do you get the protein? Is from meat alternatives. Meat alternatives meaning your soya or your peas, or some things that have protein component. Maybe just eggs, but not meat like your red meat or your chicken. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it actually shows that our body takes a long time to break down the meat component.
yeah, it is something that I think about a lot as well. So if I think my computer is a bit lagging here, but anyway, it's something that I think about as well. Because I also eat meat, and I also love eating greens. The only concern I have with the environment is when you need to eat a lot of greens, you need to have a lot of farms.
Yeah.
Like for example, if you eat cabbage, for example, then you need a cabbage farm, and it's a single crop. Single crop.
Yes.
That means single crop means
Yes.
single type of plants for a very huge piece of land, which is not sustainable also. So it's really something that I always struggle with. Like meat, yes, and meat also has its downsides, but vegetables also has its
Yes,
downsides.
correct.
But eggs, yes, different eggs maybe, yeah.
Yes. So I
Yes.
think this is a very complicated issue lah. But for me, from my own belief is what lah. I mean, if you actually know about the food cycle, eating meat actually causes more harm than good to the body lah. Of course, not in moderation. Like I will say, I'm one of the rare Chinese that don't eat pork yeah, because at one time I was pure vegetarian for 3 years for health reason, and also for humanitarian reason. So but I went back to eating fish, chicken, and egg yeah, so to get back the nutrients. But the thing is, when I was in that space, I just felt that eating meat is like something I against my conscience yeah.
Yeah. Good that you are interested in wellness. Like I mentioned earlier, I was from the spa industry, so I know a lot of things about wellness. I was actually in the marketing team, so I had to write a lot of content about wellness. I can tell you for 3 years, I have to write about aromatherapy. I have to write about tea. I wrote a lot of content about tea, a lot of content about
So
massage.
you are the expert to me.
Not expert, like, it's just changing, and that time got no AI to write. I have to write myself. Keep writing about the same things. Yes, you're changing. So I also put some focus, not a lot. I put some focus in like exercise and like I take care of my gut health. And recently I also had another guest on the podcast talking about wellness. So I also go to physios and things like that.
Yeah.
But my question to you is like, I see a gap in the market. Like I told you, I go out, I really got cafes, bars, restaurants. Do you see yourself one day having a infused tea cafe?
In the next 2 to 3 years, no. Maybe more than that. Why? It's because the Malaysian market is not ready for that. There were actually a few infusion tea bars in the past 5-6 years. Yeah.
Oh.
The bar or cafe lah. They all close shop.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So from there, I know that Malaysia, we're not ready yet. Number one is because we're still a very much coffee drinking country. And number two is we just don't have enough population to support it. Yeah, our population is just too little.
Yeah. It's
Mm.
not ready yet lah.
It's not ready yet. Yeah, I mean, you see
Yeah.
coffee everywhere. Like what you say, yeah, at the hub, you see coffee everywhere.
Yeah, any plans to get more cafes to actually have your tea in the
Oh yes,
cafes?
definitely. We are actually supplying to two major chains of cafes in town, and also a lot of standalone ones. And also supplying to a hotel. So basically who I'm supplying to besides supermarket is hotel, gym, florists. Like now Raya is coming, we're supplying to hamper suppliers. And then these cafes. And also collaborations with wellness centers like some spas and gyms.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I think there's a lot of ways we can. I can introduce you
Yes,
to some
yes.
people. I know a lot of wellness and cafe people
Good.
in the my past life lah. So
I see.
so
But fun fact, Bob, actually after a good workout, it's actually very beneficial to drink lemongrass instead of your sugar water or water, because lemongrass helps to relax the muscles. So you have a faster recovery after your workout.
any drinks? Okay, so fun fact, I also like to sing. So I go to a lot of music events, jam sessions, whatever to sing. So there's really no good drink besides honey lemon for people who sing. Really, there's so this one could be
Yeah,
one of
talking
them.
about that, we have a customer who also enjoys singing, and he actually does coaching online with his overseas client, and he swears by this product because he say it helps to preserve his throat.
Okay, yeah,
The
okay.
lemongrass ginger.
Done. I will introduce to all the musicians in KL. Done. So I'll do it because right. So fun fact for the audience: singers cannot drink tea or coffee before they sing. So we rely a lot on our breath and we rely a lot on stamina. So if you drink coffee or even tea, it will dehydrate you. You will be very tired very fast. So definitely no tea, no coffee before a show or before singing.
Okay.
So we are looking for teas like that. So like honey lemon also not a lot around. So this is something interesting we can look into. So yes, good. Yeah, he says by this. Yeah, because singers have a lot of throat issues. So I think this will help.
Yeah, that is their Chinese call what? Your fan wen your rice bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, in English is their instrument lah. So it's basically a guitar. This is the instrument. Okay. So very like they do see all my singer friends do go and see ENTs to check out because it's really their fun wound and they need to check it up. So if this helps, if you can tell me even more precisely how this helps, I can shout it out.
Then you can be my ambassador to all your singer friends.
Yeah. I can introduce you to some music venues also. Then I think they can, if they have this, all the musicians will definitely have this.
Where do you normally sing if it's not out of topic?
Yeah, there's a place in Chinatown called Zhao Tim, and that's where I go to a lot of music shows, and there are jam sessions every weekend there as well. So jam sessions are where if you're free, so shout out to Zhao Tim. If you're free, come over the weekend. So that is where we have a lot of aspiring singers and students, music students come and they can write their name and go up and sing or play music instruments. So it's from most weekends, 3 to 5 p.m. Saturday or Sunday. So that's where a lot of musicians find their voice and become professionals. I just go there to have fun and mingle with the musicians. But there is where a lot of people are discovered and a lot of people progress to more music. So that is a place. So if you are a customer, you pay 38 ringgit. But it's a lot of experimental stuff happening. So don't expect like a full-on show. So it is experimental and a good place to spot talents and a good place to discover new musicians. So yeah, when we are there, we are looking for things to drink always, and we always go to apple juice. So unfortunately for now.
And it's full of sugar, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Ciinndey. So yeah, thank you for taking this time to interview. So before we go, last question, I always like to ask my guests. So I always like to, the reason why I have this podcast is because when we talk about business leaders, we always look to the Elon Musk, the Gary Vee's, the Jeff Bezos. So the reason why I started this and I named it Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is because I will only do Asian guests and Asian business leaders. So who else would you recommend to be on this podcast?
Oh, I have so many people on my mind.
Yeah, but okay. So one thing I look for is if they have done interviews before or they are more public. I don't interview people who have not
I
done
see.
interview. Like you yourself is a good one because you've done radio, you've done live, so it's easy to interview you. So
Okay.
anyone in your mind that
Yes.
you have in mind, can you share with me?
Yes. This is a person I've known for more than 10 years. She's a very well-known lactation consultant. I do not know whether will she be suitable in your space. Her name is Ciinndey Wong. So what she does is she actually help mothers who have difficulty breastfeeding to actually guide them, and also she also conducts breastfeeding classes. And her most recent endeavor is to actually conduct parenting classes. Why? It's because because we actually see a lot of family, especially when the children are young adults or teenagers, there's a lot of disharmony. So she actually wants to nip it in the bud lah, to share with parents that it's actually doable, and you actually don't have to go through that as your children grow up lah. Meaning you can actually have very good relationship with the children provided you have the knowledge because this is something you need to learn, not just go by the wing yeah. So she's a person who I really admire and respect because she has very good relationship with her 4 children. She has 4 kids.
Awesome. Definitely will check it out. And I have a lot of friends who also do podcasts. I even have a friend who is a guy who runs a women's entrepreneur podcast. So maybe I can make introductions there as well.
That'd be good.
Yes, anyone else on your mind? Just now you said you have a few.
I have a few, depending what space you're looking at, because most of my entrepreneur friends, they are used to interviews. So yeah. So maybe you can just share, I mean, in what space, what industry, then I can share what are the names.
Yeah, thank you. I will chat with you offline on that.
Yes.
Yeah. So but anyway, thank you so much for being on this. So thank you everyone. So please check out Ciinndey Wong. So there is a website if you search for Rhymba Hills Tea. And then if you also go to LinkedIn, she is Ciinndey Wong, Ciinndey with double I, right?
I, double N.
double I, double N. Ciinndey Wong. So you can look her up, and there's a lot of content that she put out there. And also watch, so Rhymba Hills also has YouTube and all the other channels as well. And definitely, okay, my challenge to you as a listener, if you're listening to this, to find this, go to the store. I don't ask you to buy, find this.
Find.
Search for it, see if you notice this.
Take a selfie and then post on IG and FB, then maybe we'll be in touch and then get a free box or something.
Okay, so that's up to Ciinndey, right? To give you. So contact Ciinndey once you have seen this. So I hope there will be more. So this podcast is to help Asian businesses. So so I hope there will be more to come, Malaysian products like yourself. So thank you, Ciinndey, for being on the show.
And then Bob, before we go off, is it all right that later when you actually publish this online, is it okay that I give you a promo code for your listeners?
Oh sure, let's give it to me now. Okay, you can give it to me now. Okay, so stay tuned. I will actually, so for the listeners, so the promo code, Ciinndey, is for online purchase.
Yes, only for online purchase on Rhymba Hills Tea.
Rhymba Hills Tea website.
Yes.
Okay, so for the listeners here, this podcast is on 2 channels. It's on Spotify, and LinkedIn is the clip, and then on YouTube. So if you're listening, if you're watching on Spotify, I will put it in the description. YouTube as well. Check out the description at the bottom. That is where I will put the promo code. Thank you so much for your generosity, and I hope everyone gets to try this tea.
Yes. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for the platform. Thank you for the opportunity.